Today on NT Daily News, find out the results from Denton's early voting.
Also, a national security member spoke about the impeachment inquiry. We'll tell you who they are.
And see how a woman is helping people affected by the California wildfires.
From the Mayborn School of Journalism at the University of North Texas, this is NT Daily News.
Denton election results are in. Thanks for joining us. I'm Abram Gallegos.
And I'm Jaylene Ramirez.
Out of 4 bonds, 3 propositions passed. A total of about $90 million in bonds will go toward new sidewalks, improved streetlights, and street repairs. The bond proposals for Denton Police Department updates and parks also passed. The one Denton bond proposal not approved by voters was the city's public art proposition. Only 48.5% voted in favor of it. Voters statewide also cast ballots on 10 Texas constitutional amendments. 9 of them passed, including a ban on state income tax and a measure that ensures sales tax money from sporting goods will go to state parks. The rejected proposition would have allowed municipal judges to serve multiple municipalities at the same time.
If you have a Spanish-speaking 3-year-old, a new bilingual classroom at the University of North Texas might be for you. I found out how this new bilingual classroom will benefit Spanish-speaking children. The Child Development Laboratory at UNT is making it its mission to expand bilingual education for Denton community members. A parent at the Child Development Lab, Aaron Solis, says he would enroll his son in a bilingual classroom.
I mean, if given the opportunity, I think it'll help him learn a few, much more about Spanish. And we talk to him in Spanish a little bit at home, but here it's mainly English. So, yeah, see?
Dina Castro, whose focus is on early childhood education, says she sees the lack of bilingual resources for children in the area.
We have families that are second, third generation that have already lost their Spanish. Precisely one of the reasons why we are operating this program is to prevent that from happening.
Castro says she's not only excited to offer this program, but also to show the benefits of bilingualism.
So sometimes parents are concerned that if they have their children enrolled in a bilingual program, they're going to fall behind, and their English is not going to be good, and all of those, from the research that have been conducted, we know those are myths. Those not really supported by research.
Castro says children are very capable of handling more than 2 languages at a very young age, and wants to prove that through this classroom.
Hopefully this program will also give more visibility in the community to bilingual families and make them feel, supported and confident that, in supporting their kids to be bilingual.
Applications for the bilingual class are now open for next semester. You can find them on the UNT Child Development Lab's website.
A program at UNT that helps foster kid alumni received a grant to further expand resources. I got to talk to a student and see how PUSH has helped her life. Transitioning to college is an exciting time for students. But decisions about money, classes, and where to live come with that transition. That excitement can quickly turn into being overwhelmed. Most of us have someone to call when that happens, but not everyone. Alexandra Chicas is a student at UNT and a foster care alumni. Growing up, she didn't experience the same family lifestyle as most students do. She worried when she aged out of the foster care program, she wouldn't have the resources to attend college.
We really don't get much like other kids would from their parents or anyone, just because once you turn 18, a lot of kids don't have that parent anymore in their life to hey mom, can I get some money from you?
That's when PUSH came to the rescue. PUSH, an acronym for Persevere Until Success Happens, is a program dedicated to helping young adults who have aged out of foster care. First established as a student organization in 2012, PUSH has evolved into a program with resources to help the students.
To know that other people can help support us and get things that we need for college, to be able to stay in college and not just have to drop out just because we're not able to pay something. So the money helps.
PUSH has given students like Allie the opportunity to start making relationships.
You can always find someone to talk to, and if you don't, you can always go to activities here on campus that can help you.
PUSH's influence on Allie started before she was even enrolled into UNT.
When Allie came to my office with her CASA volunteer, 2 or 3 of my other PUSH students came with her, and I was like, what is this? And so it's truly a network.
Success like that has rewarded PUSH with an $85,000 grant. With that grant, it will be able to recruit more students into its Summer Bridge program. The Summer Bridge program allows students to stay in residence halls just like this and take classes during the summer before their official freshman year.
With this money they're able to provide to help us, they can personally help us and they know how to help us. Push is not only a place where you can learn to succeed in life, it's also a family where you can connect with each other and learn that you actually matter in life.
With almost 200 students in the program, Push expects nothing but great things in the future. During the Summer Bridge program, students also learn about money management and other resources available on campus.
Coming up, learn how the Saudi government misused its power to track down its critics on Twitter.
I see you mobbing over her. Let's go. Let's mob. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, we mobbing. Come on, girl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl.
Your son wants to get a cat, but you're allergic. Do you A, prepare yourself, B, make the best of it,
C squared equals
25.
Good job.
or C, find a loophole? When it comes to parenting, there are no perfect answers, but that's okay, because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
A senior advisor to Vice President Mike Pence arrived in Washington today to testify in front of the committees leading the impeachment inquiry. Jennifer Williams is the first person on Pence's national security team to appear. According to a source familiar with her thinking, she has knowledge of how much the vice president knew about the efforts by President Donald Trump and those around him to push Ukraine to launch investigations into Joe Biden and his son. A source also said she was concerned about what she heard on the call between Trump and Ukraine's president, although there's no indication she raised concerns to her superiors. Williams was one of the senior administration and national security officials listening in on the July 25th phone call. An administration source says Pence didn't listen in, but was given a transcript in his daily briefing binder. Pence has insisted that Trump did nothing wrong, but has not said how much he knew and when. That's what lawmakers are hoping Williams will clarify. Her testimony will be behind closed doors.
Roger Stone arrived for day 3 of his trial today. The longtime advisor to President Donald Trump pleaded not guilty to 7 charges of obstruction, witness tampering, and lying to the House Intelligence Committee investigating Russian interference in the election. He's also accused of lying about efforts to secretly contact WikiLeaks, which was rolling out Democratic documents stolen by Russians. The high-profile case could bring out new details about what former Special Counsel Robert Mueller found in the Russia probe. Stone has been out on bond since his initial January arrest. Stand-up comedian Randy Credico, former White House advisor Steve Bannon, former Trump campaign deputy chairman Rick Gates, and Andrew Miller, a former marijuana farmer and employee of Stone's, are all expected to take the stand during the trial. The trial is expected to last 2 weeks or more, partly because of the vast amount of evidence.
2 former Twitter employees are being accused of spying on users on behalf of Saudi Arabia. According to the Justice Department, Ali al-Zabara, a Saudi national, and Ahmad Abu Amo, a U.S. citizen, allegedly used their access to target known critics of the Saudi royal family. Federal prosecutors say a third party was arrested for allegedly giving the men hundreds of thousands of dollars for helping with the operation. All 3 men are charged with acting as illegal agents of a foreign government. No Saudi government officials were named in the arrest report. Court documents show one of the men implicated in the scheme is an associate of Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, who the CIA said likely ordered the assassination of journalist Jamal Khashoggi in Istanbul last year.
You might want to take a closer look inside your refrigerator. Millstream Core is voluntarily recalling cold smoked salmon for fear of possible botulism. That form of food poisoning can cause general weakness, double vision, dizziness, and abdominal distension. In some cases, it can also be fatal. The potentially tainted products were sold from March through September of this year in sealed packages. Officials say no related illnesses have been reported thus far. Among the states affected, Connecticut, Georgia, Illinois, Maine, Ohio, Texas, and Virginia. Consumers with questions should contact the company for more information.
Tiny homes are a real hot trend for prospective homeowners looking to simplify. But for one California woman, they are a full-on crusade born out of necessity. Alyssa Nolan is building the tiny home for survivors of devastating wildfires. They construct and donate the 200-square-foot dwellings, then donate them to fire survivors. It's a personal cause for Nolan. She lost everything in 2008's Butte Lightning Complex fire. Nolan's group plans to provide homes for survivors of the Camp and Kincaid fires. Hundreds of people are currently on the waiting list.
Just in time for early holiday shopping, today is National Cashback Day. It's actually a new observance celebrated on the first Thursday of November beginning this year. Savings company Retail Me Not started the observance. It's pretty simple to do. Just shop online and get money back in your wallet. Hundreds of companies are participating, including Amazon, Home Depot, Macy's, Best Buy, and Target. Retail Me Not says you'll get the payout right before Christmas. Visit cashbackday.com for more information.
That's all we have for today. Thanks for joining us.
For NT Daily News, we'll see you next time.